Okay, so I wanted to point this thing out to you guys. See, a government that ignores the critical infrastructures, the sectors that drive human capital development, is a government that is set out to ensure that the country or territory it governs does not see development at all. Because there is no way you underfund those sectors. There's no way you turn a blind eye to those areas and you think that the country will develop just because you are driving revenue. And you see this nonsense a whole lot in our time today. The government in Nigeria, it's it's obsessed with driving revenue. So you see it across board at the central level. You see the federal government doing it. You see subnational governments doing the same thing. They are all focused on driving revenue. You know that macroeconomic element. That thing about GDP growth. But GDP growth has to reflect in the life of the people, and the only way it can happen is if you have a, a responsible government that knows how to balance her fiscal policy on revenue and human capital development. So what you see here is that they go all out building things to drive revenue, building all sorts of things, and they ignore the very thing that builds a nation, which is human capital. If you do not fund the things that drive human capital, it doesn't matter how much you make for your country, it doesn't matter how much revenue your country generates, you guys will still be classified as an underdeveloped nation. You cannot develop while ignoring human capital. How you cannot. It is not possible. So how much does your government spend on education? How much does the government spend on health? How much do the people of your country spend to access high quality healthcare? How much do they spend in transport to commute? How much is power stable in your nation? How is your country, how is your government funding power? What's the level of security in your country? People cannot function very well. You can't get the best out of people in a place that is not secure. So if you find a government that ignores these critical areas, if you find a government that underfunds them, these areas, security, transport, power, education, health, if you find a government that underfunds them, why driving up revenue? They say they're building hotels to drive revenue, they're building all sorts, they're doing capital projects to drive revenue, and then they don't do capital projects to increase the quality of life people have, to harness the potential of the people. You have a government that is set to ensure that you stay underdeveloped. So we need to look at this. Whenever you are evaluating a government, please don't come and sing this song that, oh, the revenue is high in this state, this government has increased their revenue by so percent. And what is education like in that state? That's what you should check. The schools the people there attend, what is the school like? What is healthcare like there? That's what you should check. Or do you have a government where you have somebody that takes up to 40 billion to build an event center while children are sitting at home for 3 months in the territory that he's governing. It's crazy. Thank you.